Okay, I'm gonna turn this on here. Here's that little safety capacitor right there. That goes from one part of the chassis to the other. Anyway, so anyways, here's this. Plug this in. I'm hooked up to the rectifier here. What's going on there? That don't look right. Let me see something. Look at that. Looks like a halfway rectifier with no filtering. Look at here. Am I grounded? I'm grounded right there. Top chassis is the chassis that's actually to the one side of the AC. Let's see. I'm not synchronizing here. Let me see. Let me go to a line here. Why don't I sync from this? That's syncing from the line, so that's AC. Let me go to DC side. I got DC and no capacitance, no capacity. This here is a 0.033, and I'm gonna hook that up. Okay, what did I do here? I have a horizontal output tube in here. The original, I cut pin 3 off. Where pin 3 is, this way. So I cut off 1, 2, 3, I think. I better verify. Make sure I didn't take this one off. I'm pretty sure I had it. Oh, I have a feeling I took this one off. I went counterclockwise, I think. No. Maybe I took that one off. I'll have to verify. Okay, where am I? I got my... I'm hooked up to here. It's crazy. Sound. Where's my sound? I have no sound. Well, I don't have no boost voltage either because of that tube. Okay, hold on. Original tube there. Look at that. I counted backwards. I took out grid number 2 there. So I'll take out number 3 here. I pulled it out. Hex the index, boy. Go over here. 1, 2, 3. I gave the whole root canal. The wire come with it, so I hope it don't leak air. Hasn't yet. Okay. Okay, back on. Now these capacitors were real close to this, so this thing gets hotter than heck. So I wonder if I shorted one of these out, because this one, when I was having my issues, that one was pretty hot. I do not see this resistor on my schematic. 560. This red one does travel up to here. So I wonder if they put that in for a surge or something. So maybe this thing is open. I will turn it back on. This scope is hooked up to here. Plug my cord in. Am I rolling? Yep. Hot this way, neutral that way. And from this top chassis to this bottom chassis should read 330K because here we go. Halfway rectifier to me it looks like when I did my study on that. Working with rectifiers, with capacitors and without. I was monkeying around with the scope. And that's what it reminds me of. So, here I am. That's the red wire. No 560 ohm resistor. I got 180 ohm, but I don't see that either, but that's on the other side of this trap. Where the hell's the trap? Oh, I know where it is now, I think. This one is 180 at 7 watts. This thing runs cold, no heat. Let's go back up here. Here's that 100. Here's the other one, 180, right? I can't remember jack shit here. Yeah, 187 watts. So that's that one. Okay. So I'm getting halfway rectifier with no filtering. Let's see. That's the only thing it can be is that, because that's the red wire right there. Unless the red wire is bad. Okay, I'm on 200 ohms. Let's change it up to 200 volts. This thing here is kind of iffy. I have to get into my circuit board. This thing is like really crappy. I should just solder it in, but my leads break like crazy. The wire's so thin. They give you a real thick casing and no wire. Okay, let's see. This side here, I'm on 200 volts DC. Should be sufficient. So I get 90, I get 100 volts. Okay. Now just for the heck of it, I'm going to go on AC. And see how much AC is there. So I'm getting like 33 volts of AC. This says AC right there. So I'm getting like 33 volts of AC. Okay, let's go back to DC. And let's look on the other side of this. So I'm getting, this is where I'm getting my poorly rectified. Let's see what's happening here. $78 volts. Wait a minute. Oh, that son of a bitch is hot. That son of a bitch is hot. Let's try some here. Okay. I'm gonna snip this one out. Snipped out. I'll leave the other one. Well, this one is farther away, so that one wasn't as hot. That one is the one getting really hot. So, okay, crazy. So it's looking at like a halfway rectifier. Let's see where I'm at here. I'm using this channel ain't hooked up to nothing. I'm on the X10. I got my probe switched to X10, so I'm at 50 volt per division on AC. I don't think it matters, does it? It's just going to rise to, let me zero it up here. It's pretty much zeroed right there. It's zeroed up. So that goes up to, now what the heck? I'm on AC again. So I'm at like what? She climbed up a division and a little bit and a smidge. So that's 120 volts, 110 volts or something with no filtering. No filtering. Okay, let's see something. I'm going to jump this resistor. I should measure it. Hell with it, I'm going to jump it. No, I better do it right. Okay, power off. We'll jump it in a moment. It doesn't even show that in the schematic anyway, so let's move the horizontal output so I don't bust it, because I bought that off the internet. How do I measure it? Well, I think what I'll do is just do it like this. Take this stuff is tied together, and that's my analog meter. Okay, I'll hook this up to here, and we probably better throw something across this for a moment. Discharge that. Where's the other? My red one. Here's my red one. So I'll go up to here. Right now we're going to show. See if I can get that to teeter-totter on there. Change this to ohms. Well, we'll change it to ohms. 200 ohms. I don't use that. My hearing is crappy and sometimes I can't hear it. Okay, let's take this off and measure this. That should read 560 ohms. Open. Why is it warm? It's warm. It's open. That's what my meters let me down because of this stuff. Well, we'll just jump this. Get this out of here. I don't need that. Get that out of there. Jumper across it. How's my soldering look? And I should have scraped that more. I'm going to scrape that more and clean it up more. Get a better solder joint there. That don't look like I could have did better. I did better on that one. I had to scrape all these. They're all dirty. That one's probably groaned. Okay, let's do this. Not through the lens. Okay, 560 ohms. Apparently measured open. Let's see what happens here. Shut this meter off. I'm not using it. We'll go by this thing. Okay, black to the right, neutral's left. Plug it in. Safety, safety, safety. It went up. Look at that. Now I got hum. Speaker hum. That was unhealthy. Speaker's hooked up right there. I have to pick this junk up. I had too much crap in my way, so have that disconnected. The cathode and grid number 2 is disconnected on that baby. I have no sound. I have no boost. Let's measure my boost. I won't have no boost voltage. I know I won't with that shut down. So I'll take these capacitors and put them in a cooler spot. They must have had an update to put that in there. What's it supposed to look like? It's supposed to look like this. No, it ain't. They don't show that. So it's probably correct. How much volts? I measured 30 some volts on the digital meter, so that's probably what it is. Okay, so I solved that problem, but I have my blow-in switch here. I hit a screwdriver to here, and I blew this switch to hell. So I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is hook up my AC to this switch and leave these open. Okay, these are closed right now. Let's see. So if they're closed and these are open, so now when these close, this should be open. All it does is turn the brightness up full blast. So what does it do? It turns this grid number 1 from 0 volts up to 120 volts, and bam, you got full brightness, I guess. Yeah, when regular tubes, when you make this go more positive, they amplify more, and you make them go more negative, they shut down. So that would make sense, I think. I never understood how the signal comes in to the cathode. I don't know why they don't stick it into the control grid. So that's what I'll do. That'll be step 1A. Modifications. I'll never score a switch like that. So 500K. If I used to have a whole shitload of potentiometers too with double switches. I threw all my TV stuff away. I used to have quite a bit of stuff. I threw it all away when I moved. I probably had one, just not those twisties. I don't care if it's a 1 meg, a 2 meg, I don't give a shit. This is a twisty. So I'll make that modification. I'll use the other side. I might even be able to take that L plate off and make life easier for myself. I still didn't check that 2.7K on that side. I'll do that at the same time. I'd like to check and see if I got... No, I ain't going to have high voltage. Oh, I put air in that tube. I can see right now. The filament is dim. There's air in that son of a gun. You can see the filaments aren't bright enough, I don't think. That's a 25 volt filament. It's a 25. What the heck's the tuba? Shoot. I want to keep it for working on stuff. 25 volt filament. It's going dim. It's going out. I'm just going to pause and put the good one in there and see if I get audio and see if I smell that funny smell. I swear it's high voltage, some high voltage burning. I know that smell. Back on. Actually, that funny smell I smell, it could have been that thing burning up, but I never. Okay, back on. Plate cap. All the scary stuff hooked up. What about sound? even with the volume all the way down, I got that big hum. There's something putting a load on that resistor, I think. Something is messed up. I'm unplugging it. Something is messed up. I have no sound. Loud 60 cycle hum. Where's that choke? Here. I should make sure this is not open. That one open. Couldn't have been from me running this without a grid number 2. What the hell could have happened? I couldn't have screwed up doing that. Otherwise the tubes would not light up. I did 1 and 12 or the 2 end ones. I'm pretty sure it's 1 and black and yellow pin on both sides of the key. Pretty sure that's the filaments. Couldn't have screwed that up, could I? And this thing here does not say colors, and even if it did, I wouldn't trust it, because what I found here is these deflection coils. They say white, blue, green, black, and orange. But that's not reality. Reality is red, red, 2 greens, one has the black stripe, and a blue, which is the center tap. The green ones are vertical. They go up here to pin 2 and 5 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is a .033. I'm going to replace it and put it on there. I was afraid, first in case if it went shorted out with a Chinese one, it could wipe out my picture tube, but that's almost to ground, so there's no way. And then that is way over here. That's right there. That'll put a load on my... I should put a fuse in here, in case some dumbass like me shorts that out to ground and destroys that switch. I think I will. I'll put a wire. I'll solder in a fuse. I don't have that cat whisker fusible wire. I think I'll do that because that would be very smart. So I'll put it right here. Have these kind of go together somehow. I'd be afraid to use the other side because it's got to have some carbon burn. If I blew it up, it has to have some carbon burn inside there. So might not even be able to use this one. I got my dad's old shortwave radio. That when I turn that on and off, it actually blow. You can see a green if you're in the complete dark. So I keep that on all the time. So well, this is it. Running into problems, I guess. So I'll replace these because they're getting so hot from that. I broke that, causing more damage than good. That's open. I have to figure out why I got such a 60 cycle hum. Maybe it's these. Maybe if I just... Here, I got a quickie here to do. Okay, this is worth 330 at 200 volts. Got her tapered in. Both of these are cut out. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll solve my problem. I'm not going to bet on it. She's in. Got DC. a little ripple. You see a little ripple. I don't hear no audio. No audio. Well, this went up to pretty high there. So it's what? It's on what? 50 volts? So that's 200 volts of, right? No sound. I have that jumped. No sound. So I got the capacitor to ground here. This is a true ground to the AC, this top side. The bottom side mounts to the chassis, so that's above ground, it's floating. I have this across the 500 ohms or whatever she's got, 560. I have this capacitor in here, green to ground, right there. And the other side there, I have no 60 cycle hum like I had. Wow. I have DC, no sound. Usually I hear a little crackling. I thought I would hear crackling on the volume. That was off, yeah. I ain't supposed to shut that off. All it'll do is put my brightness to full brightness, I think. Well, where's my potentiometer? I'll touch the center tap of my potentiometer here. Need a piece of wire or something here. Has audio. Okay. What if I have high voltage? I do have the good tube in. I'll just hook up a screwdriver and come near that. Oh, hold on. Well, I think that capacitor silenced that. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. You gotta be kidding me. Uh-oh. That's bad news. That funny smell I was smelling. Oh, that's probably not good. Uh-oh, nothing. Uh-oh. Nothing. Not even B plus. I'm supposed to get B plus there, I think. Am I not? No B plus here. I should get B plus there. What the hell's wrong with this thing? This is blowing my mind. How about this thing? That's cold. Oh, that son of a bitch is a... Hold on. Oops. Well, since I blew out that AC switch, I had picture and sound, so I just had sound earlier, so I don't know what the hell happened here. Okay, we took out that resistor somehow. I didn't short circuit anything. This took care of that nasty 60 cycle. Putting this on instead of those. I have the good horizontal output tube. Well, this is it. This is gonna shut off. I'm at 31 minutes. Well, this blows my mind. I have to check this out. This is crazy.